I want to make better contact. I want to hit the ball more consistently. I want to be more consistent with my golf. So are these questions that you find yourself asking? I know as a full-time golf instructor, these are the questions that people tell me the very first time I meet them. They're the three things that they want, or could be any combination, could just be one of them, but consistency of contact is something that everyone desires. And I think you can actually achieve much better contact and more consistent contact without any swing change whatsoever. So I'm not saying you should never ever change your swing. That's not what I'm saying. But there are things that you can do to improve how you hit the golf ball without a swing change. I made a YouTube short on this topic recently, and in less than 60 seconds, it's a difficult thing to flesh out. But you know, it's quite a good little video. So I thought I would take this opportunity to explain it in a little bit more detail and show you that without any swing change whatsoever, I can improve your ball contact. So before I start telling you what it is you need to do to improve your ball contact, we've got to explain a few things first. And that is, other than the one length golf club, which is a whole different topic, which I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole at all, most of us don't use that one length concept. Most of us have a set of clubs where every club in the set is a different length except for the wedges. So we've got many different lengths of clubs that we need to adapt to. Now, when we play golf on a golf course and we just pluck a club out of the bag and we just have a little swing, if our club isn't touching the grass, we're not preparing ourselves to hit the ball correctly. So what I want you to do is to think about what you see when you watch a golf tournament. So typically when we watch a golf tournament, the caddy and the player have a consultation. Sometimes they seem to take forever. I know that's a whole other topic. But they always have a discussion. Eventually they settle on a club and the caddy hands the club to the player. The caddy picks up the clubs and moves away. What do we hear in the sound effects microphone next? Let me give you a clue. We're hearing contact. We're hearing the club scraping the grass. And you'll see it. Doesn't matter who the golf pro is. They're always picking the club up, and before they do anything else, they're just letting the club scrape the grass. Why is it they do that? One is it's a trigger. It's part of their pre-shot routine, and we all should have a pre-shot routine. What they're also doing is, given the fact that all of our clubs are different lengths, the brain has to adjust to the different lengths, and the question the brain needs to know the answer to is, where is the bottom of my arc? So just by having those practice swings with the club and the club scraping the grass, the brain says, now I know the bottom of my arc is there. Now I know what to do. So all we need to do from there is then take our setup and hit the shot. If I grab another club, so I just had an 8-iron in my hands there, I'm going to grab a 5-iron now. What I need to do now is the same thing. Just allow the club to scrape the grass. So now my brain knows where the bottom of my arc is. It knows what it needs to do, and we can go on. Now, as a full-time golf coach, when I'm watching people and giving lessons and going out on the course and playing with people, I don't see a lot of people brushing the grass. I see a lot of people working on technical stuff, and they're thinking, I've got to cock my hands going back, create wrist hinge, I've got to get the one-piece takeaway. There's a lot of stuff going on like that, but I don't see too many people actually making contact with the grass, or if they do, it's an accident. I had a guy that I was coaching recently who had about 6 practice swings and none of them touched the grass. Then he went to hit the shot and he cold topped it. So he was thinking that he was doing something bad, and he was. His practice swing was bad. But what he was doing is he actually did what he was practicing. When he was practicing, he was just not touching the grass. So what is that? That's effectively a top. So we want to practice what we want to do. So it doesn't have to be the full dress rehearsal, big long swing, anything like that. But what we do want is we need to get the club touching the bottom of the grass. We then know where the bottom of the arc is and we're free to hit a good golf shot. So we're going to hit a shot and see how I go with it. Good crisp contact, nice little soft draw. That's a pretty good shot.